Okay, so what do we have? What's happening today? What is happening today is I wanted to let you in on a little secret that, 20 years ago, I would have never done that. I'd have been like, nope, no thanks. I'm a plumber, not an electrician. If I mess up, I get wet. When you mess up with electricity, you end up dead. Right? But then I remembered that a long, long time ago, I was working for this old man, and he gave me some wisdom because he asked me to do a job. I said, I don't know how to do that. And he said, oh, hold on. He says, what did you say? I said, what? I said, I don't know how to do that. And he said, no, you got it all wrong. He says, you forgot to add a word on to that. And I looked at him like, what are you talking about? And he said, you got to add the word, if you don't know how to do something, you got to add the word yet. And I kind of still looked at him like, I need a little deeper explanation on this subject, I think. And he says, all right, let me explain. He says, if you say that you don't know how to do something, and you just accept that that's what life has given you, is the inability to do something, then you're probably never going to be able to do it. All right? But if you use the word yet, there might be somebody within earshot that says, oh, somebody wants to learn something. Let me help them because I know how to do that. Right? And then when you use that word yet, you're now opening yourself to an opportunity of learning because it's not something that you don't know how to do and that you could never, ever accomplish. It's just that you realize that everybody who knows how to do what you are wanting to learn how to do didn't know how to do it until they put some time and energy into doing it. Right? Because that makes sense. Right? I mean, because you just don't know what you don't know until you know it, And that's, that has at least somewhat of a connection to something I've read before about the power of the spoken word. Right? The power of the spoken word opens doors. The power of the spoken word communicates ideas. What if the I am is got some significance in the power of the spoken word? Right? So if I say I am incapable of doing just kidding. Oh God, I'm funny. Anyway, so the power of the spoken word, it allows us to say, there's no way that I could do that, and to say, or that I say that's impossible. That is completely impossible for me to accomplish. Little old me, how could I ever do that? And then I realize, right, that if I put a little bit of space and time into what I'm doing, and I listen to those that have come before me, and I take the wisdom that they've imparted onto me, and I share it. Well, first off, I gotta express it, right? But after I can express it, then I can share it. I can inspire others. geez, that's really stuck right there. Alright, which way we gotta go with that? We're going to the right. Alright, so this is the tricky part. So I'm sorry that I'm not paying as much attention to talking to you as I am to this. But this is the tricky part. And you know what? Alright, so I'm just gonna talk to you for a minute while I you know what? No, I can do this. I can do this. This is not impossible. This is just tough. Because this one is such a pain in the butt. I've done others that are so much easier than this, and I'm thankful for how easy those ones are to accomplish. But this one here, man, oh, there we go. See, look at that right there. We're halfway done because I didn't say that's impossible. I said I'm possible. And when I believe that I'm possible, there's a lot of things that I can do that I just didn't even know that I could do until I realized I can do it. Right? Because, really, electricians, they're some pretty smart folks sometimes. But look at that. How easy was that? Fantastic. All right, now we turn it this way a little bit. That puts it into the skinnier part of the little slider rail. And then we use this screwdriver to tighten this part up to the ceiling. But so far, this really hasn't been that big of a deal. I'm doing it here on video as an amateur, right? And if I'm willing to do it here on video as an amateur, challenging my ego and my man card, everybody should be able to do this, right? Who knows? My mom and my nephew, they did one of these, and they didn't even have a background in construction like I have, right? I got a little bit more of a background than they do. And they were successful. They went to YouTube University a few times, and they visited the campus right where they live, and they were able to make things work. Oh man, it didn't even work. God, I must have done something wrong. Oh, I am such a loser. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a winner because there are no losers. There's just people who try and there's people who don't. Right? And the power of spoken word is very important in our lives in so many ways that sometimes we're not even conscious to how important that is. And where did that part go? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, because there's some things that I learned in my time here on this planet so far. It is one thing, I don't want to break this thing because I broke those before, and that was a pain in the ass, and I had to go and buy a whole new one. It's kind of nuts, right? Anyway, the power of the spoken word, right? If I have an idea that is a good one. Right? If I have an idea that is really, really a good one, and I share that with other people, and they think it's a good idea too, what happens is that idea has a good chance of being supported, right? Because that's where my intentions, they can build a desire for an action. And then when my action happens, with the power of the spoken word, right, of sharing an idea, more action can happen. And then when more action happens in a way that's towards a benefit to others, that's where big change happens, right? I mean, that's where we really can see a manifested change in the life experience that we're having right now. But it takes us paying attention, and even though paying attention costs nothing, it seems that it's still something that's not being supported very well. But we have to pay attention to what we're supporting, because there's a whole lot of people that I know, to include veterans, who really don't like war, right? Because when you are in something, it's pretty impossible. You can't really lie about it. I mean, you cannot really lie about the truth of what war is. So what we have here is an idea that we all start paying attention instead of so much tuition, because we've got some really, really educated people on this planet, right? They've been taught a lot of things, and they have a very expensive piece of paper letting you know how much they've learned, right? But yet we still have a lot of really, really basic problems that are not being solved. We've got people that are so smart that they've learned how to profit off of the problems, and they're benefiting, and they're buying big houses, and then they're buying vacation homes, and they're buying every vehicle that they could ever imagine having, and every toy, and every vacation, and everything that you can imagine is being bought on the money that is being spent towards the problems. But when we spend our time and energy towards the solutions, we find those, right? And so we have a lot of people that are obviously interested in doing things, because we have a lot of people doing things. We have people doing things at 40 to 60 to 80 hours a week just to be able to pay to exist on every level, right? So we have motivated people. But we also have some people that have seen what it is, and they're like, I ain't playing this game no more. I'm not going to pay that perpetual debt for rent. And if I miss 1 month, it's stressful. If I miss 1 month, they're going to kick me out. Or, there's things that are happening that they recognize are not the way they should be, right? So what do we do about that? We need to be honoring truth. We need to be honoring honesty, and we need to be bringing that to the surface, even if it's painful for some people, right? Because it's painful to them because they're living a lie. But going back to that little bit about war, when you are in war and you're in a very strong act of war, you're realizing that it's an act of mass murder being accomplished by at least two sides, right? And the people that are in war probably don't even have a problem with the other people that are in war. And it's my firm belief that if we were to go into the theater of battle, right? Battle. And we say, time out, time out. Can I have a representative from each team come out to the center, please? All right, okay. Hold on a second. Can I talk to you for a minute? Hey, who's the good guy over here? Are you the good guys or the bad guys? He says, well, we're the good guys. We're here for peace and freedom and liberty for all. Okay, is that all right? Good. Right on. Hey, are you guys the good guys or the bad guys? Well, we're the good guys. We're here for peace and liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, well, what do you got against that guy? Well, I don't know. My boss told me to go fight them. Oh, okay. All right, what do you got against that guy? Oh, I don't know. My boss told me to go fight him. Right? So the people that are in war really don't have any problem with the other people in war, and they're probably sharing more similarities of being a poor person that's being told to go fight somebody else somewhere else, or you're a poor person that's defending your place from somebody somewhere else fighting and initiating violence on you, right? While the bosses are going out to lunch. And they're going out for drinks. And they're having sex with the same people. Right? They're manipulating their armies like they're playing a game of chess. Right? I mean, really, if everybody called war mass murder, who's going to sign up for that? Right? Not many people. And what if we put as much effort into peace as we do into war, right? We've been bombing the shit out of people for peace and God, right? May God help us that we can bomb them before they bomb us. Well, what if we all just stop bombing each other? And what if we start working together? What if we stop pushing our will on other people by violence and force, fraud and coercion? What if we get an idea that when we say we have not experienced the peace and sustainability and abundance and health and happiness that we would like to see on this planet yet? And then we start making our intentions and our actions to align with that, and that's what we have. If you like my content, you can subscribe right here, or you can watch the video that YouTube thinks is good for you right here. Thanks for watching. Where is it? Oh God!